What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN USD. It is the second day of February. I keep saying January, February. And here we are sitting at about $0.00581. Hit that like button, subscribe. Hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Let's get into it. OnyxCoin, unfortunately, has dropped a little bit lower. Fortunately enough, this is a scenario that we were prepared for. Now, is it the scenario that I called for? Was it where my prediction was leaning? No. Was I right? No, I was wrong. But nonetheless, we heavily considered the possibility of coming down to the 786 or 886 area. Fortunately enough, we found direct support, multiple times it seems, at the 786 right there. And while this was a bad idea, a bad dream, a fever dream from up here, now it is reality. And it's something we can work with. You know, what else I see here looking at this, it looks like we got a couple of wicks down here, where before we weren't really wicking at all. There was really no wicks here, right? A little bit of wicks here, but these are more pronounced. To me, it seems as though the price action is showing more of that bottoming behavior that we typically see across any chart, really. OnyxCoin's typical bottoming behavior isn't even like this. It doesn't. Typically, it's like it finds its low and then it bounces immediately. But maybe we'll get a bounce with that. We'll see. But behaviors change, right? Think of a chart. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but here's a little little TA wisdom, if you'd like. Charts. Every single chart, it's like a person in the sense that it has its own personality. And people, like charts, go through phases where they respect things more than they do in a later part of their life or earlier part of their life, right? Different phases have different modes of respect and expectations and consistencies in their personality, right? Think of charts like that, right? If OnyxCoin, before this massive sell-off, every single time that we found a low, it was like this, right? But now we're seeing these lows being kind of rounded out a little bit more, rounded out. Maybe the behavior's changed a little bit, right? So maybe we're not getting these immediate pumps afterwards. But anyways, I digress. This drop happened with completely lackluster volume. Again, reinforcing the idea that we've been saying for months now that nobody wants to sell. It's only buyers. Little volume pushing down, little volume pushing way higher up. The volume we get that sends us to the upside, it doesn't even need to be as much to the downside because there's more buying pressure than there is selling pressure, I think. Looking at this on the 1 hour time frame and then zooming out from there, we look at the 1 hour. Again, as you're moving down, systematically moving down, your volume's getting lesser and lesser, lesser and lesser. You had a lower close on the hour here than you did back here. Higher lows in the RSI. I wouldn't call that bullish divergence, but definitely a shift is taking place here. We're bullish on the stochastics, we're bullish on the MACD, and we're bullish on the RSI. All three of them on the 1 hour. We have about 7 hours left in this day. We're going to have a good finish, I think, hopefully. Hopefully we close a little bit above where we are now. I would love it if we closed above 006. Let's actually talk about that real quick. What level would we have to close above in order to get excited that this is, in fact, the low? First things first, golden ratio, which is at 0.00638. If we can close, not get above, but close a day above 0.00638, we don't effectively validate this as a low, but it starts to look good. It starts to look good. If we can close above there, really, I guess this low, by my own definition, would be validated at about a 0.00991 price, all the way up to the 236. But I would say if we can get to the 382, we close above here, that would be validating enough for me. 0.0838, get above there, because then we're taking out both these highs. Then we're also closing above this low, and we're closing above the 382. Close above 0.0838. At that point, I will very confidently say that there's no chance we go below this low and that we move up. I am calling for this to be the low now. I feel like that's appropriate. But let's see. If we come up, if we reject 0.0638 and we come down instead afterwards, it's highly probable that we go here. Or lower at that point. Then we might become bearish. We still have a lot of work to do before that happens, but I digress. Let's get into the 4 hour time frame now. 4 hour time frame here. I don't like this 4 hour candle so far. The first hour and 15 minutes pumping and then pulling back. I don't like that personally, but that's okay. Oh, you look good, man. You look really good on this 4 hour. You see it, right? You see the low, the lower low, and the lower lows. You see them, right? And you see the low here, and then the higher low and the higher lows here, right? You got like double, triple bullish divergence. I don't know, man. It's great. You have bullish divergence on your MACD too. You can see here, right, with the higher lows in the histogram right there, higher lows. You even have bullish divergence on the stochastics. You haven't gotten to your overbought zone yet in the stochastics. Your MACD has not crossed above the zero, and you're not overbought with the RSI. Call me crazy, but here, where you had this kind of move, I would expect we get a bigger move from here. Let's actually look at this real quick. Hold on. Let me draw this. I would bet we get a bigger move. Low to high. You put that here at the low. Low to high. That's 0.0653. That would take us above our golden ratio at 0.0638. So that'd actually be nice. What about here? High to low. Take you right up to the golden ratio of this retracement. It's perfect. Yeah. 0.066, 0.068, somewhere up there. That might be where we pump to, maybe by the end of the day or sometime tomorrow. But yes, we do have bullish divergence, and that makes sense too. That level makes sense because with bullish divergence, which we have dating back to here, this is where the divergence originally formed, was here. You typically go above where the divergence formed. So we'd go above here. What's right above there? The golden ratio. It's so perfect. It's so perfect. So from here, 0.0578, I think we could easily expect 0.066, 0.068 to happen sometime this week. Maybe it happens today, and then we have higher expectations. Great. But let's focus our expectations here for now, and let's see if we do get a little pullback, and then if we pump up. Once we get above these highs, that's when we will really start to talk about getting above this high more consistently. I do believe OnyxCoin is still on a path that is going to take it higher, that will take it up to that 10 cent to 22 cent level in time. I still believe that we have the complete possibility of achieving this by the end of Q1, if not sometime in Q2. But I think we're on the right path. We'll see how it goes. Finding support at prior resistance is not a bad thing. Moving down with lackluster volume is not a bad thing. Moving up with a lot of volume is a good thing. We look at the daily time frame. We look at the RSI. Finding support here where you found support consistently before, not a problem there. Stochastics are a bit bearish, but you are pointed upwards. Whenever both these oscillators, the blue and the orange together, come out of the oversold zone, that's typically a bullish situation right there. So maybe later this week or sometime next week, we could expect to see that. And the MACD right here, you actually had a perfect level to bounce right there at the 0. And you have bullish divergence on your daily MACD. So you've got bullish divergence on your 4-hour RSI and your MACD and your stochastics. You have daily bullish divergence on your MACD. You're at a local low point on this on the oscillators, and you're at a low point on the RSI. Your stochastics are probably the only bad thing on the daily, and they're one good day away from crossing up and being bullish. So, I don't know, man. I think we look good here. I would say buy blindly. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but man, this is a really good buy here at about 0.5 cent. I do believe that we will continue to rally, and I do believe that from this overall range here, we will break out and prevail to the upside, seeing higher highs overall. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. From here, from this high to this low, we did see the 2618 extension. We first stopped here just above the golden ratio and right below the 1886. Okay, we showed a lot of support at the 1414. I'm going all these levels for a reason. 2618, 1886, 1414. And we even actually found support at the 1414 back here, and we continue to find support there at the 1414. Okay, just pay attention. We take the weekly time frame here, and we go here from a high to a low now. I don't believe that this move will take us all the way up to our 2618. I mean, maybe in time. Who knows? I don't think that we go all the way up here. But I do believe that we could see something right around that 1414 and above. Right? The zone we have here, whenever we break out, is something between about 10 cents and 23 cents, 9.7 cents to 22.9 cents, right? Somewhere in this kind of area. But specifically, I think this 13.8 cent to 23 cent zone, I think that's where we're going to go. We're going to be in the upper half of this area altogether. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. We should see this develop over the coming weeks. I think February will be a good month. It'll probably eviscerate all the losses we saw from January, and March should propel us even higher. Take care. Bye-bye. See you later.